What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of The Mess. I am one of your hosts, Michael underscore Odd Geek from Twitter, and I am with the host of Mo Diversity, and we have some special guests, and I'm super excited because y'all don't understand. I love this documentary. I love the director of this doc because the way she captured this magic of this person. Um, my second person, oh my god, like I am starstruck already. I'm probably gonna blabber a little bit because I do watch RuPaul's Drag Race. I hope that's a lot of people that's watching right now. If you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, you're going to know who this special queen is, and I'm super excited. But before we get into that, I'm going to introduce my host. What's up, Joe?
Hey. Yeah, this is, I mean, you guys are going to hear a lot of my giggling because, our special guest is so special. But this documentary is a part of a film festival called Slam Dance that's going on through the 25th. And I want all of you to go to slamdance.com and purchase a pass. The passes are $10. And for $10, you get to watch over 100 movies. This documentary is one of those movies, guys. So go get your little $10 and pay to, if you're a student, and the students are $5, they understand. This film, this documentary, and the one we actually went over yesterday, $16,000. So yeah, with Simone Baptiste. So yeah, go to slamdance.com, purchase a $10 pass, and have fun through the 25th of this month watching all these movies that are so great. So yeah, so let's get started, Mike.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the director, Miss Angela. I'm
Yeah.
super excited. Let's bring her on in. How are you today?
Yes.
I'm great. How are
Yeah.
you?
Yes.
Awesome.
And the
Excited.
documentary is Workhorse Queen. Mike got excited. I told you.
I got super excited. Like, I'm just ready to just like, ugh. But yes, Workhorse Queen, and it's really, really inspiring. The way you
Mhm.
capture it, it was amazing. I've watched it twice. I will let you know that. But it was super amazing to see your creativity with this, and I'm ready to bring on the star of your doc, Miss Kasha Davis from RuPaul's Drag Race season 7.
Hello, hello.
You're home, right?
Oh my goodness. Hi, my honeys. I'm home.
So amazing.
I know.
Oh my gosh. You two
So-
are just the most delightful people I've gotten the chance to meet in a long time.
We're not usually this giggly, but we loved the doc. Workhorse Queen is one of those documentaries that I think that will inspire people, but also it gives a light into like a community that I think a lot of people are not, maybe have like a skewed view of. I don't know, because watching RuPaul's Drag Race, you see one part of the drag community, but I mean, Miss Kasha, you talk about the drag community in this as a something totally different. Can you talk about that? The difference between, what you see on the show and what the community really is?
Wow. Well, I'll tell you, thank you first and foremost for having us today. And I think that the drag community for me was truly life-saving. It was a place where I was discovering who I was. And I didn't know I didn't really necessarily know who I was. And the more that I was witnessing drag, and the more that and when I got into drag, I really began to understand that it was that community that I was gravitating towards, of people, who might be a little bit different, and have the desire to express themselves artistically through all sorts of expressions of gender. And it was just incredible. Now, certainly Drag Race does that, but it's a reality television show that looks for a certain style of queen. Let's face it, the next RuPaul. And
Yes.
that's great. And that's great.
But I think that the community and actually the documentary, and for Angela, you were able to depict a wide range of bodies and, faces and just personalities, and just, showing this community is a lot bigger and better to me than what we see on RuPaul. So, can you talk about how depicting the community? How did you go about doing that?
Yeah, like I think one of the things that drew me to Mrs. Kasha Davis as, somebody to follow and document was that she was somebody who really is embedded in a very tight-knit community in Rochester. And one of the things that was so exciting about getting to follow her was that there was this sort of mentorship relationship that she had with one of the younger queens in the film, and then also one of the other queens in the film, Aggie Doon, and that they're really invested in not just performing in like nightclub venues, which is, where we might imagine drag usually exists, but they were also taking drag to restaurants and party houses and the Jewish Community Center. So yeah, I thought it was, it seemed like they were interested in bringing drag into more mainstream context, even way before RuPaul's Drag Race existed. So yeah, I thought they had this kind of family dynamic that was, sort of the opposite of the competition model of reality television. And I really wanted to highlight that side of drag culture, because I came from performance communities myself, and collaboration and community-based work has always been important to the performance communities I've been a part of, and it doesn't seem to be getting as much attention as I think it should on the biggest platform for drag right now, which is RuPaul's Drag Race.
And they're certainly getting it with this documentary. I love it. Yeah.
I really appreciate watching the doc. How, a lot of people don't know about, especially people who do watch RuPaul's Drag Race, they don't know about the local, the local clubs and everything, and how hard these queens work in their hometown. So I love the fact that you let me see Kasha Davis in her hometown, and then let me see everybody else doing their art and being beautiful, and just being themselves with their lip syncs and everything. Like, it was just amazing to see. So I appreciate what you did by letting them, be able to tell their story as far as Miss Kasha Davis.
And what was that like, though? I mean, collecting all those stories, and for Miss Kasha, for just kind of opening your life up like that.
Yes.
I mean, what was it like? So
I mean, I can start with the process of documenting. I mean, I was I wasn't sure that Mrs. Kasha Davis would want someone to be following her around all of the time. And, I think part of my process was, I thought, on RuPaul's Drag Race, we get to see, queens competing, walking the runway, looking glamorous, and, a little bit of time behind the scenes and a lot of drama. But we don't necessarily get to see all of the time and the labor and some of the real, kind of low points of pursuing a career in the entertainment industry. And I think, following Kasha, initially there might have been some reservation about showing some of those more difficult moments, and it took a lot of time as an artist to get comfortable with each other enough to really reveal some of the maybe less glamorous parts of pursuing a career in the entertainment industry, especially a little later in life. And so, yeah, it took a lot of communication. It took a lot of trust building. It took me going to Rochester a lot of times to start developing an intimacy and a dynamic that, felt safe enough to yeah, to let me shoot some of the some of the moments of disappointment that wouldn't be the first thing you would want to share on your Instagram.
Love it. I love it.
Absolutely. And Angela is just, I mean, I love to say, first and foremost, I'm so grateful she reached out. And, I was humbled that somebody would even want to follow my story and be interested. And, of course, the community. I am so proud of my sisters. They've helped me. We lift one another up. And, my favorite part of watching Drag Race would be Untucked or the workroom, because that's what I know from backstage. It's the closest to what I can say is the community of drag. Of course, the runway is the runway, and it's fun and fabulous and that. But it's that, the banter backstage or the real life situations. And Angela really did a great job of helping me to understand that it wasn't important for me to be, hi, all the way performing like as if I'm on stage. She explained to me, and it helped me to understand the business of documentary work, and to say, okay, this is what I'm looking for, to show a glimpse of what the real life is here. And I think we had moments where maybe we struggled a little bit, but I didn't understand necessarily her art, where she understood both. I mean, she's a performance artist as well as someone who does documentary work and an educator. So it was an education for me, but it was a joy.
I really love the fact that you both. I feel like y'all are a dynamic duo. I would love a sequel. I'm sorry. But I,
Yes,
I
after the All Stars, right?
I'm,
That'd be great.
okay, that would be amazing.
You don't know. I feel like in so many ways I've had a bigger gift than most queens to have this relationship, because the story that I've always wanted to tell, and the story that Mr. Davis and I wanted to tell, has been told better than we were telling it. And I do believe this is just the beginning of something, and I don't know what that is, but that's life, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. I'm glad you mentioned Mr. Davis. I love that you showcased your relationship. It's the one of the long-term marriages and the partnership you have. I love that. And the fact that he supports you so much in this and from the beginning. How has that been? Have you guys, on camera we saw all the love and everything. And how's it been for him, during this documentary process and the promotion and everything? Is he still, is he right behind the camera, still just kind of cheering you on?
Absolutely. We were just doing a live before this, and he was right over my shoulder, and he's always here to help me with the technology. And more than all of that, he is my partner in life, and there's no Mrs. Kasha Davis without Mr. Davis. When I first had the interest of doing drag, I had a full-time career, and I thought, how can I satisfy my need to be on stage? And from the minute I had the idea, he was 100% supportive. He never said, oh, I don't know. He just was encouraging. And it really helped to strengthen our relationship in so many ways, to learn to support one another. And honestly, I mean, we're just giddy, People mention Mr. Davis in a review, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I mentioned him," and it's so much fun for both of them.
I think you guys are a model couple for people getting out there trying to do this thing. I mean, I really love that you put that in there, that he allowed us to see him when we did. So yeah, I appreciate that.
Well,
their YouTube channel is amazing, and was definitely something that I was obsessed with, and made me start thinking about, they had done so much telling of their own stories through Stephen looking at Ed and at Mrs. Kasha Davis, and it really showed me the potential for telling Mrs. Kasha Davis's story through this incredible documentation that they'd already done. So, and Snakes hate beige.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah,
Oh
and
gosh. Well,
that's one of the. Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was going to say, you would all laugh because, again, back to technology. Mr. Davis is the one who's got me on TikTok, and he was like, "Oh, we have to do this thing where you change and what if you start in one of your dowdy dresses, those Mrs. Davis ones, and then you get like pretty?" And I was like, "Back that up a little bit there, about dowdy, you know." But it's true. He's so, he gets so passionate about the editing and filming aspects, and that's another just example of how we're a team.
That is so great. And I was just going to say that this is like one of the ways that I love that the documentary is intersectional, because you have people, on and from the straight world looking in, and seeing a marriage, a queer marriage that is so love, that has so much love, so much support, so much
So much.
everything. Yeah, and it's not the stereotyping and the negativity that is sometimes out there in some of the mainstream media. So I think just showing that, and then showing the communal aspects, or some that's makes this documentary so intersectional. So
Well, I'll
Thank
tell you,
you.
it's very important as we began to film stuff with Mr. and Mrs. Davis to present something on YouTube, on Faceplace, in InstaSnatch, wherever. The examples of a loving relationship that has its ups and downs. It's not always perfect, and the real deal. Because when I was a little boy, girl, gal, girl, boy, fella, there were no examples. There were no examples. And it's just an example of a relationship that can be happy and healthy and have its ups and downs. And absolutely positively, the idea of crossing over to a more mainstream audience, that was something that was planted into my head from Aggie Doon. She was the one who said, listen, we need to do more than just perform in the seedy nightclubs. While they have their place and they're fabulous, why not? Why not be out everywhere at the opening of an envelope? It doesn't matter. Why can't drag queens? Why we do not have to hide, and that I credit to Aggie Doon.
yeah. And I love Aggie Doon, and I hated that Aggie, the always mentor and never on the drag race. I really really did not like that part. So
I feel like I
yeah.
appreciated it because I think a lot of people get to see, how it is with that process, and I feel
Hmm.
like that was one of those vulnerable moments, and those moments that we can all, because I do drag and everything, and I would like to audition and everything, but there's always a bigger picture to the story. So I
Hmm.
appreciate that. And while I'm on the subject, because we're talking about things, um, Kasha, how did you feel? And now that the doc is out and everything, you opened up about some things that you had went through, and I wanted to say it was very inspirational to me because I feel like nobody really gets to see the story of people who do this performance art, who do drag, and you know even if you're an artist or writer or anything, nobody gets to see, the struggle that we go through behind the scenes. And there's a story behind it. And I want to say your story inspired me to keep pushing. And I just want to know now, how do you feel now that is out in the open? And what would you, tell somebody that is going into the future of drag, what would be your advice with that?
Oh gosh. Well, I'll tell you, Angela helped to support me and has helped me tremendously in, being as honest and open as possible. And I got to tell you, in 2021, if you're looking to be a performer and a public figure, I think that the world can recognize honesty. And so the more honest we are about, what we go through in life, I think more people can gravitate and recognize, hey, I am like that. I have that particular experience as well. And maybe it's not exactly the same, but people will gravitate. And I always pride myself on being an open book. And I used to think to myself when I was a kid, everything was kept secret from our, our parents were like, don't tell everybody our business. And that's the way I was taught. But as I got older, I felt, I was in the closet, and life progressed. And the more open I was with who I was, the more positivity was coming my way. So it began that process of healing for me, to be open, to be honest, to tell the truth. And, I don't believe I need to worry about, well, if you tell the people this, or if they know this about you and it's on the internet, you're never going to get hired somewhere. Well, if that's the case, then I should never be even applying. Like, I don't want to work somewhere if I can't be me, 100% me. And so I think that aspect has been really healing for me in many ways. And it also coincides with my sobriety journey. But I also have to say, every community has an Aggie Doon, an incredible performer, an incredible artist who may have auditioned or may have no interest in auditioning, but that is outstanding in their art.
Yes.
Yeah, can I add? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to clarify. It wasn't that I hated that part of the movie. I felt so much emotion, with that, and so, and I mean, Angela, it's your work right there coming through, just making you just feel. I'm like, can you just have Aggie on just like one time, please? But then, but as you said, Miss Davis, Aggie serves a purpose in the community. I think is. But still, I still, pull my heartstrings. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, when I was, visiting Rochester and starting the process of making this film and spending a lot of time with Mrs. Kasha Davis and all of the members of her community, Aggie was such an important figure. They have, Mrs. Kasha Davis and Aggie have this show together called The Bigwigs that they've been doing for a very long time together. They do like 13 impersonations in one show, and they change quickly in between, and it's amazing show. But I started spending more time with Aggie, and in the beginning there was this sort of hopefulness still about getting onto Drag Race. She was filming like her 8th or 9th audition tape, and she had a new theme and a plan for it, and so she was very enthusiastic. She was still somewhat positive about Drag Race and the audiences it was bringing in locally. But then as I kept coming back and it would do a new interview and a new interview, and then it was, audition tape number 11 and the rejection for audition tape number 11, and, getting really, she also got more and more honest in the filming process and was like, people won't, I remember when she was, talking about people don't want to stand next to me in the meet and greets. They don't care about me. They ignore me. I'm just like there. And, how hard that was for her to kind of take this acknowledgement that she had gotten locally within the community for so long and have it kind of shift in relationship to this reality TV show and feel, that lack of recognition for that incredible amount of work she'd been doing in the Rochester community. So I felt like it was an important parallel narrative to Ed's journey and Mrs. Kasha Davis's journey, especially because they worked so closely together and were having this very, very different experience in relationship to RuPaul's Drag Race.
I want to ask, and I love that, I want to ask one question about the title. When I saw the title, I loved it. I thought Workhorse Queen, it's sounds so fabulous. And then there's this part where one of the judges was like, when I see a workhorse queen, they better make me laugh. If when they first come out, I'm like, was that a slur? Oh my God. Was that like the N-word for drag queens? What the heck I don't like the term anymore. Is workhorse queen not a good term at all in the community? I'm seriously asking. I did not know at all.
the way that Isaac Mizrahi used it.
I was going to say his name.
One of the things I loved about Mrs. Kasha Davis, when somebody calls her basic, she has a necklace made that says basic. She gets a hat that says basic. She makes a single called basic. When she's working through alcoholism, it's like cocktail. She's just like if people are going to say negative things about me, I'm just gonna wear it and seasoned queen and okay, fine, let's reclaim it, let's turn it around. And so, I hated that workhorse queen was kind of like one of the like last notes that when being judged on RuPaul's Drag Race that Mrs. Kasha Davis got, and I thought it was I hated it for many reasons. One of the big ones was that I just couldn't believe that there's such a negative way to talk about the people in the community that have been working at it for so long, who are the mentors within the community, who are really the people who've paved the way for the younger queens who've been able to go on the show, and the younger queens who get inspired to do drag because of RuPaul's Drag Race, not just coming up through the local scene. So yeah, I really wanted to kind of do kind of the process that Mrs. Kasha Davis always does, and reclaim that term for her. So
Love it. I love because you said, like, I love the fact that when you say reclaim, because like you said, if somebody calls her basis, she makes a necklace out of basis. So taking the word back and making it in a good meaning, especially for somebody like me who's trying to get up to wherever I want to be in drag and everything. So I appreciate that. I have one question for you, Angela. With you stepping into this doc series and everything, what other genre would you like to tap into? Would you like to do another doc series? Would you like to do a short film like a horror or drama or sci-fi? What do you want to do next, if that's okay with me asking?
Or a sequel to Workhorse Queen.
I'm already saying sequel for Workhorse Queen, and
a series.
I'm like so here for that.
It's funny that you asked that, because I'm kind of always all over the place with what I make. I'm gonna make a performance, I'm gonna make experimental video art, I'm gonna make a video game, I'm gonna make performances inside video games, I'm gonna make a documentary film. I think I recently had a baby like
I read it
3 months ago.
Wow.
So
you're awake right now? Oh my gosh.
Barely. I got my tea here. But I think I want to take some time and reflect on that experience and make some kind of interactive video game or text-based work about that, sort of small scale, and then return to something grandiose and insane that takes 3 or 4 years. But I'd like to do something kind of intimate and for me for a little bit, I think, before I jump back into a insane production.
Mrs. Davis, what's next for you? What's next? What's coming up the pipeline for you?
I've got different plans and ideas of things I'd like to do. I've got as you see at the end of the film, I'm working towards the idea of having my own children's television show called Imagination Station.
Yes.
And we've got meetings. We'll see what that means. I've learned that there's got to be some patience with all of this, and we'll see what happens. And then, and so then there's another one where we're being courted as a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Davis, for another style reality show. But, so I'm open. Ooh. I'm certainly open to pretty much anything. I look forward to the obvious, when we can go back on stage again and revisit the stand-up that we have been working towards here in our community. We do work in a stand-up club, and our brunch, just the live shows, just getting back to that aspect. But the other thing is, of course, our youngest daughter's having a wedding, so I've got to make sure I get my plans out for how that's going to roll out. Great.
Yes.
For the wedding, and then grandkids. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. To be Mrs. Kasha Davis, the grandmom, dad, pa.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what is going to be your grandparent name?
So our daughters have a fabulous mother and a fabulous father, and I'm Ed. So it's Grandpa and Grandp-E. And so, Grampy. And so that's our plan. and we get along so well with Steve's ex-wife and her fiance. So these kids are going to be spoiled rotten.
And looking fabulous. I'm sure. Looking like so cute. Thank you guys, thank you both of you for coming on and giving us this time with you. And just coming on and just, letting us giggle and plod through this nervous. I mean, we're usually more professional, but it's like Miss Kasha Davis is sitting here and
And
fabulous,
then
and
like I'm
how
looking
can
at
you,
Angela,
we're
like
just losing it.
inspire me, like, cause I
Aw.
want to do a doc. I mean, then I got Kasha over here. I'm getting preparing for another pageant next month, so I'm just
Hmm.
like, like it's just like I said, watching the doc. I mean, I remember watching you on season 7. I will never forget about the whole Glamazon Airways. That was like my thing. But to see you and Angela become this dynamic duo and bring this doc to life, I am so thankful for it because, like I said, to see you and come full circle and you let us into you let us into you, and we get to see Angela's creativity with that. And like I said, I'm 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 so thrilled that I got to watch this, and I will be watching it again, and I will be promoting it for the rest of the week because I want everybody to see it because whether if you do drag, whatever type of art that you do, I feel like this is such an inspiring doc to watch because like I said, a lot of people don't let you in, and I appreciate you, Miss Kasha, for letting us in. Appreciate you, Angela, for creating this and taking your time and doing this. So we will play the trailer like during our show so that everybody
Hmm.
can see it, and we will drop links on this channel and also on our Twitter page. But yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, and I will be dropping a review on Rotten Tomatoes as well. So,
Ooh.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
Well,
you.
truly, thank you both for your enthusiasm and your kindness and your compliments. I mean, Angela truly is. I always call her an angel, and she's like, "Oh." But she's been an angel. She hates it. You see how she falls out of the frame.
yes.
But
It melts me.
we've had a great time so far. And you must do me a favor. You must send me your Instagram link so I can follow you in your drag performance. And I want to see these photos of the pageant. I'm so excited. I
Yep.
can't wait to check it out and to support you.
I
Yes,
will.
what's
I
her
actually gonna.
name?
Her name is Diana Gray Adams. I'm a big Marvel and DC fan, so Diana comes from Diana Prince, Wonder Woman. Gray comes
Mhm.
from Jean Grey. And then Adams is my drag mom's last name. Her name is Onyx Jade Adams out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So yes, temporarily my Instagram is down with Diana, but I have been posting on my Twitter and on my regular Instagram. So I will definitely send you my information and send you some videos of me.
I
Yeah.
So
would love that. Yes.
yes.
Underscore
Yeah.
odd geek
Oh
is
yes.
my Twitter.
Underscore
Yeah.
odd geek is my Twitter. So yes, I will send you. I send you the videos of the last show we did. We performed at Club Cabaret in Hickory, North Carolina.
Oh,
So
what?
it was very fun. I hadn't did a show since last February. So whoo, you talk about somebody was tired. Like I feel like I had been in the gym after wearing those heels like all day. But yes, I will send you my information, and hopefully when this pepperoni pizza get done, I can come visit you and see you at one of your brunch shows. I would love me and
Oh
Miles
my
would love to
goodness.
come see you at a brunch show.
Yeah.
So
And I'm
yeah,
Well,
coming too. Y'all ain't going by
my
without
heart.
me. No.
I'm sorry, my heart is so heavy
well,
right now.
we will plan on it.
Yes,
Yes.
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 But thank you,
Thank you
ladies,
so
so
much.
much. It was a nice time with y'all. If you do watch WandaVision, come back one episode and talk WandaVision with us if y'all would like to. Also, send us your favorite TV shows, and we will review them and talk about them on this review show. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
great.
Great.
All right.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Thank you.
ladies.
you.
Y'all
Thank
have
you.
a good
Thank
night.
you.
Have a good night.
Mwah.
Oh, thank
I
you.
know, like, Like I am
I think we need an intermission.
like look, I'm gonna play that trailer. We're gonna have a
Yes,
little
okay. And wait a
intermission.
minute. Let me say real quick too. Again, Slam Dance. You go to slamdance.com. If you can put that in the banner. Say
Yes.
slamdance.com. And you can buy a pass for $10. If you can claim yourself as a student, then it's $5. And you get all the films. And this is one of the films. Slam Dance is like and I said it yesterday. You have this big Sundance Film Festival that everybody's heard of. Slam Dance is this little bitty festival in the theater up the hill from where all the festivities are, and they're for independent people like Angela who made this movie with Kasha, and they've done it themselves, and they need somewhere to play it, and Slam Dance is there, and
Yeah.
it's a place where you can
That's
find some
amazing.
amazing stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So go ahead
I'm
and
a
play the trailer.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am. I'm gonna play it so we can cool off for a second.
Oh, sound.
Do I not have the sound?
No, you don't have the sound.
Oh,
You gotta
hold
have the
on.
sound.
I'm going to add the sound. My bad. That's my fault. Hold on. Bless me.
Yeah, I just love this doc. I mean, when I talked about intersectionality, you have even the addiction stories, and then with like the anti-gay, uh
Like I said,
atmosphere that she grew up in, and
it
it's
was
like
everything. Like
amazing.
it was all like I said, you don't really get to see people's story like that.
Mm-mm.
You don't get
Well,
to
because
see that.
in this day and age, it's kind of taboo, and like she said, people are afraid of putting their stuff on the internet. But I like what she said about being honest.
Yes. You have to
Yeah.
be honest in this day. You have to. Okay, I got it back up. I forget that you have to add the sound.
Okay. It's okay.
It's my fault, you know.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Share audio. I didn't do that the first time. I was so excited. I couldn't. I
Yeah.
didn't. All right.
And I can put this up on Twitter too, so people can see it. But
Yeah.
yeah, Slam Dance, $10. 100 films through the 25th. Go do it, people.
Hello, I'm Kasha Davis. Welcome to Suburbia.
The biggest inspiration for me creating Mrs. Kasha Davis is emulating my mom. I started doing drag later in my life. And looking at the gay world, we didn't necessarily fit in. We wanted to have the home, the pool, the kids. This life that we had previously with our ex-wives. So I always wanted to be a full-time performer. And I realized at the age of 44, it's not too late. Going on RuPaul's Drag Race, I just felt like this is going to be a whole new adventure, a whole new life.
Drag Race really put us in the forefront of entertainment.
TV definitely changed the game. And with it comes good and bad.
It kills me that I have not gotten on there.
I get frustrated with our community, saying everybody should be young, white, and thin. You're too old, roll over and die. My insecurities took over, and it really began to get out of control.
Well, everybody likes the cocktail.
There's always time for a cocktail. There's always time for a cocktail.
His drinking had started to escalate. And at that point, I was ready to end the relationship.
RuPaul's Drag Race created this template of how to be a celebrity drag queen. And it seemed to me that maybe I didn't fit that mold.
I'm proud of her and the fact that she's stretching out of whatever she thought her version of drag was. She's showing that there are no rules.
Grab hold of your dream and hold it close to your heart. You've got to run and jump, skip to the side. Because you have to practice, and work hard and never give up.
Like so amazing. Like, the trailer just gives you a glimpse of
Mm-hmm.
what's in the doc. I remember watching it and I was shook. Somebody said something.
Oh no, this
Oh,
private chat with Angela.
oh, thank. See, like like I said, I've
Okay,
been
the
shook.
people in the comments can't see Angela. The
Right.
Washko left a message for us, so in the back, and it's really sweet. So,
Like like I said, when you brought this to my attention and you was like, you need to watch this, and I'm like, okay.
hmm
And if you don't know, yes, I do drag. I haven't done it in a year because of the pandemic, and because of my position at work, I had to work and everything like that. But when if I want to get taken, this is where it hit me because I had did a pageant in December 2019. I was second alternate. It was Miss Nutcracker, and then I did a talent show. I won the talent show that month, and then the January, I had won the grand finale of the talent show. When you win the grand finale, you come back to that club and you perform. Once a month, and then
hmm
boom, boom, boom. But I performed that one time in February, and then the next month, Penny came through and shut us
hmm
down. So,
hmm
I haven't really did anything in a year. So when I did perform 2 weeks ago, yes, I was tired. But watching that doc gave me it gave me, a little bit of that fire that I had. It gave me a little inspiration. Also, my boyfriend did a pageant and that gave me, it put me back in that mindset of this is what you want to do, so don't give up on what you're trying to do, and that's what I received from that doc. So yes, slam dance, buy you a ticket, like Joe said, $10 gonna get you 100 movies, so you better
Yeah,
buy a ticket, go watch them
yeah.
all.
I just wanted to say though that I saw your performance and you dance better than me in heels, and I mean I like need some lessons because I mean the moves. Oh my goodness. I'm just like I would be falling on my ass. Oh my god. I could
Oh,
not. I could not. I could not. I could not. So don't. I mean, you are good at what you do. So, and that's one of the reasons why when I saw this doc, and it's like one of the main things, and I didn't even get a chance. See, it's so much. I didn't even get a chance to even mention the body issue, the body, topics, because one of the things I loved about this documentary is how Kasha kept pointing out that you can be any size,
hmm
you know,
hmm
and and she starts off by saying, that she didn't want to be just pretty. She wanted to have something else. She wanted to be performing.
right.
Um, I just really, I love that theme of you can be whoever, however you want. And just because you don't fit, the RuPaul standard of, the pretty that, and after this, the RuPaul, I mean, I'm sorry, the queen's on there and that whole area of that whole persona of what a queen's supposed to be seems like Mean Girls to me, and the Kashas and Aggie Dunes are like the queens I want to hang out with. They make so beforehand, drag queens were like these, you know, uh, performers that were like untouchable. They were like these special people that were like, I mean, I didn't understand. Their world was so glamorous, and now after watching this, I'm like, they're just. I mean, I think I could sit down and I mean, after I get done like being starstruck and fangirling over with
Right.
Kasha Davis, I believe she's somebody who you could really hang out with. I mean, just like, and I wanted you to see that anybody can do this no matter what, and you just got to find your lane, um, just like she did. And I just love that. I just love that. And finding your lane is not a bad thing. It's actually the good thing. Is what you
It's
want to
it's
do.
it's not a bad thing. I mean, that's one
hmm
thing that I mean, I always take away my first and a half 2 years because that was when I was in the house playing around trying to figure out what
Mhm.
I wanted my persona to be. But when you start really getting into it, and this doesn't even go for drag, it goes for drag, photography, filmmaking, writing, podcasting, whatever you want to do. And I'm talking to the camera because I feel like I'm preaching to somebody right now. Like,
Mhm.
whatever you want to do, don't give up on it. Find your own lane, research, take notes, figure out what you want people to see from
Practice.
you.
Yeah.
Practice, practice,
Mhm.
practice, practice, practice. I could tell you how many times I done try to practice with my camera, my eyebrows, writing and everything like that. Long as you practice and you figure out what you want to get gain from it and have
Mhm.
that passion, you fine. You can't worry
Yeah.
about everybody else on the outside and what everybody else is doing. You have to focus on what you can do and how you can also inspire other people.
Right. Because right now, I feel like Miss Kasha Davis don't need no RuPaul Drag Race because she is better than those queens, honey. She is so better than those queens.
It's the evolution. What I think what it is, because I think everybody has it. It's the evolution. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
has their own path after the show, and I didn't even get to talk about this. I mean, after the show, you get to really find your own path because you learn. It's just like a pageant. The judges give you critiques. You learn from your critiques. You apply those critiques with the episodes, but once you leave, you continue to apply those critiques to your persona and whatever you're doing.
Yeah, but see, the critiques they gave her though, she didn't need those because they were trying to make her into somebody she wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I was not kidding when I heard workhorse queen. I'm like, is that a slur? Because I thought this was a term. I thought this term was like I thought it was an amazing term when I saw the title of the film, and then the way he said it, Miss Rahi. I'm like, oh my god, he just called her out her name. Is this what it sounded like? Like he can't. Why? Don't tell that to her. Um, because that part comes after we've learned so much about Kasha Davis up to that point.
Right.
The way Angela, and I just want to say that too, the way Angela does this film is not linear,
Mm-mm.
guys. So you learn so much about Kasha before you even get to that moment where that judge they're like, kicking her off RuPaul's Drag Race. You already know she's a
Don't say kick
star.
off. Say eliminated. Eliminated. They get eliminated. Not
I
kicked
don't
off.
care.
Eliminated.
Listen, I don't think Miss Kasha Davis need them people. Okay, she got her own little stage, her own little star. I think that she is like her own planet off to herself. I don't think she need those people. You don't need them people. No. So I just,
I'm ready. I'm ready to get. Look, we already gotta talk about the couple show when it comes out on the show. We gotta
I
talk about it.
know. I
So
gotta go to the YouTube. Yeah, I heard about
right,
the.
we gotta break it down. She come on back. Like
I mean, yep, recaps, and then get Mr.
recap.
Davis on here because I just love how they work together.
Yeah. I love the chemistry. I love the support. I
It's
mean,
just like inspiration for me and my husband when we're
yeah.
doing stuff. How we try to support one another.
Right.
And that's why I was saying about intersectionality because, I think people who are like, the straights who are like, who thinks that anybody who's any kind of queer is like some little green Martian people. They like look like, they're unfamiliar. I think for them, seeing this relationship is eye opening. Seeing this relationship is necessary
All right.
because it's not showing that it's no different than yours. It's no different. Actually, it's probably better because he's welcome to give his woman the spotlight. Miss Kasha Davis, Mr. Davis that will give her the spotlight. Does not want the camera.
Right.
There's no jealousy, so it's probably better than a lot of them straight relationships that are out there. And I love that. I love that. So.
What's next on the docket? Because I can't.
We can talk all day. I mean,
we keep going. I'm gonna keep on fangirling and fanboying, and I'm gonna just be like, because woo! Just check my Twitter notifications.
I know. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So I'm like
if you
super
get
over
a
the
follow,
moon.
I'm gonna die. You gonna have to show you have to put the video up of your last performance or some kind of performance because you gonna have to share, honey. Because I mean, my friend. Okay, so then it's gonna be my friend is best friends with Miss Kasha Davis. I don't care.
Look, like I said, as soon as this pepperoni pizza is up, I'm going to go to this brunch show and see Miss Kasha Davis. So
And I'm coming with you. I mean, don't even. You're not going without me.
yes, we both
Just tell
going.
me when. I will hop. I will make.
We
We will
hopping
make it
out.
happen.
We out of here.
I already got my little flyaway fund started, and I'm telling you, as soon as this little Panera is done, I'm just like wanting to jump on a plane somewhere. I told my husband already. We'll bring Don along. He can keep you,
Yes.
Mr. Davis. Meet Mr. Davis.
Okay. Don and
Yep.
Rizzo. That'll be
Yep.
cute. Okay.
So
So,
okay.
how you feeling? Like, cause I'm still like, I'm trying to.
You know what? I have not felt like this since the day I met Viola Davis. I mean, like seriously,
Wow.
I met Viola Davis and she complimented my hair. I had my hair natural. I had a little fro going in because I had
You
chopped
posted
all the
that. I remember
perm.
you sent that
Yep.
video. Yes.
And I had my little natural, and I was like starting to get my natural curl pattern in, and I thought I looked really good that day. And Viola Davis told me that I was cute, and she loved the little black nerd thing I got going on. She's like, "You remind me of my niece. She's just so cute. You just so cute." I'm like, "Oh my god!" So I feel like
Child.
that. I feel like
Right.
that. Oh my gosh, I feel like that.
I feel like I
So
don't went blank on WandaVision.
I know. Okay, so Disney said we can play the clip.
They did.
Yeah, so we can play the clip. Do you
Before we
have
talk
it?
about last week's episode,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm about to pull it up.
Okay,
But
so we
what
can
we,
talk about last week.
how you
What
felt
happened
about
last
it? Because
week?
I mean, spoiler wise, like that was a hot mess. Like
I
yeah.
kind of didn't like it.
You just not telling me this, and we about to get a
No,
whole new
I
episode
didn't
tomorrow.
like it because
You just not
Vision was.
telling me
I
this.
thought Vision was dying again, and I'm
I
like,
mean,
they're
clearly
taking
he
chunks out of
was.
his body, and I was like, no, why are you doing this to us? This man cannot die again in front of our faces. Why are you doing this? I just didn't
Child.
like that. I didn't like that at all. I didn't. And the fact that she expanded the damn bubble.
That was my favorite part.
Okay, so now everybody who said that this was Loki and everybody else controlling this thing, no, this Wanda did that shit. Wanda did that. So ain't nobody else that's doing this. I think this is all her. I think this is all her.
I do still think that I still think somebody pulling the strings. I ain't about to sit up here and start. I feel like somebody is still pulling the strings. I'm not about to sit. I'm not
What
about to
is
put
they
this.
doing though? I mean, cause
Cause
she's doing everything.
okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about this one part since we getting deeper into it. We come back to the twins. Let's talk about
Yeah.
the part where they were her and Quicksilver, X-Men's Quicksilver was sitting there
Mm-hmm.
talking, and it's the way he was interrogating her about how powerful she is and everything like that. That makes me feel like that's not the real Pietro or whatever. I don't feel like that's him. I feel like
No,
that's
I
somebody.
don't feel like that's him either.
But I feel like with them trying to like with him, asking questions about how powerful you are and everything like that. I do feel like somebody is trying to figure out, yeah, like how did she get this power and everything. And then when the body changed and it was the dead Pietro and he had all the bullet wounds and everything, that was like nah, I feel like
I
it's
think that was her guilt, PTSD showing up.
y'all just want to put it all on Wanda. That's fine. I don't care.
I think this is all Wanda. I think this is all her. Maybe somebody triggered her, but I think this shows how powerful she is. And I think that, to me, that little back and forth was just her and her conscience saying, look at how much power you have. And like trying to, her trying to come back to herself, for that moment.
Right.
I think something may have triggered her. I do believe that maybe somebody set her up into this because she don't remember how it started. And it seemed like she was kind of walking in a fog when they showed the video of her moving the body and everything. She seemed too mechanical. So I was like, maybe somebody set her up for this, but I think this is all her at this point.
You think it's all her at this point?
I think she took over and this is all her at this point. Like from the moment that dude crawled up out of the sewer and she was like, nope. I think that's when she took over and it all became her.
Okay, whatever. I'm still not with it. Let's
Okay.
talk about Tommy and Billy. I'm so proud of them. You know, I'm a big fan of them because I have the Young Avenger comics. I have like I think I got Children's Crusade is my favorite, and no shade. I feel like we leading up to that later down in this Marvel universe or whatever. But I'm so proud of them because they let them be kids, but then they also slowly gave them their powers. I mean, I remember I said it. I said, "Watch, they have their powers." I was so excited when they got to the little carnival when it was downtown and everything that Speed took off running. And he was like, "Mom, can I?" And she was like, "Yeah, be careful, but don't go to the little such and such street that's before the where sword is and everything." So to see that. But what really got me and what got my heart was when Billy felt vision outside of the hex. And that was really emotional because he was like, "Mom, I hear dad, I can feel dad," and everything like that. And I just, that whole scene right there was just like had my heart. Like I was like, "Oh, y'all really about to let this little boy feel his daddy, see his dad get ripped apart." So
Okay, I got a question though.
what?
Like, okay, so what are the powers of the little boys? What
He's
are
like
their
his
powers?
mom. He's like Scarlet Witch. His is just blue.
Both of them?
Billy is like his mom, and
Mm.
then Speed is like Quicksilver.
Oh, okay. Okay. So he did, and see that's another thing too. That was like painful to watch.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I mean, you're like taking chunks off of like they're like they were like taking him apart and and then Hayward got the nerve to be like, "Don't nobody touch him." I'm like, if you don't get you, ooh, I wanted to punt him somewhere. I'm like, somebody could at least try to help him, but no, he's trying to hold somebody back. Trying to hold somebody back. Got the nerve. So there's a theory out there that Hayward is controlling this.
Yeah, I mean the theory is that Hayward is Mephisto.
Yep. Yep.
And I mean
Yep.
I've been seeing that theory since episode since Sword came into the whole thing. I've been seeing
Uh-huh.
that. I've been
But
seeing
he
that
wasn't.
theory.
Yeah. Do
I've
you
been
think he
seeing,
just kind of he wasn't there for like the beginning though? I mean,
I'm
he
not
kind of
saying
came
like
up later.
episodes 1, 2, and 3, but I do feel like I feel like he is the big baddie. I don't know because there's so many theories out there right now.
Yeah,
Even
I
with
was like
last week,
looking. That's
even
why
with
I'm looking.
even with last week, they talking about how now maybe because Nightmare might because he did say Nightmare so many times. Avia said, "I love the Malcolm in the Middle
Oh
references. The
yes.
actor who played Billy did the fourth wall breaks perfectly." Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
Billy was Malcolm. And Malcolm in the Middle, to me, I love that show when it was out because to me that's the type of family that I got, crazy, wild, and I'm the mom just trying to keep my shit together enough to keep these kids alive all day. Um, so when I saw that they did that they did Malcolm in the Middle, I appreciated that. I think when
Oh my
people see
god,
'90s movies,
he doing this on purpose to me because
Ultron.
he sent me this theory. And don't get me wrong, the theory is it's a bomb theory. It's a bomb theory because one time in the cartoon, um, Ultron was posing as a human and became Ultron or whatever. So I mean, I'm an Ultron fan. Yes, I love. I mean, Age of Ultron, meh. But when it comes down to Ultron in the comics, Age of Ultron, favorite comic because a favorite Ultron comic because of how Hank Pym became. It was Pimtron. Like that was some dopeness right there. That's why I was always mad that and I'm gonna probably still be mad. I don't know Marvel gonna. I don't know. Y'all got to do something because I'm still mad. Y'all let Tony Stark birth Ultron. That is not his pappy. Ain't never gonna be his pappy. Y'all put Iron Man up on this pedestal, and I'm sick of it.
That's I hate that. I hate that they put Iron Man up so far. I'm like, okay, so I know y'all like the actor that plays Iron Man. If y'all wanted him in this position, give him somebody else, not Iron Man, right? Robert Downey Jr. is a good actor, and I can understand y'all want him in a good position. Iron Man was not it. I mean, he played it well, but that's not the one that should have been on the pedestal right there. It shouldn't have. It should not have been. So I agree with you there. And yeah, I can see why Ultron will not work. I don't know. I think we all wrong. I mean, because I was like, I'm looking at these things and I'm like, there's stuff that debunks every one of these theories that are out there too. You know,
Right.
like the Mephisto one. Okay, so if he Mephisto, he got all, and he's controlling the thing. Why was he running?
Because he didn't want to get caught.
But the thing is, though, you could.
If he would have got in that hex, we would have saw that red Mephisto.
No, he looked actually scared, like he was.
He didn't want to get caught.
He looked like he was just this asshole white dude that was just scared to be up in the thing. That's why he looked like. I just think that it's not what anybody is thinking. It's something worse, not worse, but something more than that. More than that. So yeah. Oh, we haven't told people what I did the other day, did we?
You gonna break the news, or you gonna wait and drop it when the interview drop?
I mean, I can wait till the interview drop, but I can give a little taste. I mean,
get a little taste. I'm put you on by yourself. Get a little taste.
So, I had the honor of sitting with Teyana Paris, who plays Monica Rambeau. It was in a round table with the African American film critics, my fellow critics, and I. It was just the four of us, and her, and we just kind of sat down and chat about Monica. And so, I asked her about how this is like affected her life as an actress and changed her, and she just really, really had a lot of good things to say. You guys can wait till the interview drops to get specifics, but one of the answers that I thought was really neat was that she talked about a vision board, and she specifically said she wanted to be a Marvel superhero, and she manifested that shit. Okay, she manifested it. Oh my god! So anyone, if you're out there and you want something bad enough, take it from Kasha Davis, Mrs. Kasha Davis, and take it from Teyana Paris. You can make it happen, okay? These two ladies made it happen. You can make it happen.
They gave me an idea.
What? What's your idea?
We should have a vision board party.
A vision board party?
Mm-hmm.
What's a vision board party?
Okay, never mind.
I don't know what it is. What is it?
You create and you take a board and you put all the things that to inspire you, set some goals, and it's a vision board. You visualize what you want. Yes, Avia.
So we just build vision boards together?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that'd be dope. The whole more diversity fam, it can be a little sit down talk little session, just a little chill day, just I don't know, just throwing it out there,
I mean, it'll be a good time. It'll be a good thing to do. I think a lot of we all. I mean, I could use a little vision board, I guess.
A little inspiration for the year. I mean, I feel like we all been through this. Last year has been just a lot for a lot of people. I feel we all have been doing our best. So I think that'll be amazing.
Trying.
Not trying.
Yes.
You want me to play this clip real quick?
Yes. Okay. So for next week, do y'all know Disney had a clip going all over the internet? Well, they sent me one in my emails. So if any of y'all try to do some little reporting us, you little snitches, Disney sent this to me and gave me permission to play it. Go ahead.
I'm sharing the screen. Give me a second, guys.
Yeah, I'm just saying, folks is just snitching these days on YouTube people. So I'm just putting that out there before they even start. And I love this little clip. I love this clip. This is
Look, we've all been there.
Life
right?
in Pieces.
Letting our fear and anger get the best of us, intentionally expanding the borders of the false world we created.
I thought that
was Mom, are you coming down soon? Mom, our game is freaking out.
Oh no!
Took me out.
Mommy's not sleeping, honey. She's just resting her eyes.
Mom, my head feels weird. It's like really noisy. I don't like it.
Resting her eyes. As punishment for my reckless evening, I plan on taking a quarantine-style staycation. A whole day. Just to myself. That'll show me.
That'll show me. Her costume.
Right.
Okay, so my moms, if you know what she meant by, because I think we all have done it before where it's like, okay, I'm going to ground myself. Going to stay in my room all day because I need it. I was wrong. And knowing damn well that we just ain't gonna do nothing but sit up there and nap all day, probably drink some wine and, eat, have some food ordered in. Knowing damn well there ain't no punishment for anybody except for everybody else in the family. Because we've been needing a nap anyway. So I love that move. I feel like one of the things I feel like these last couple of episodes, I'm like, they're really, really depicting what they go from this 50s pseudo family, what people assumed or people wanted family to look like back in the 50s to reality.
Mm-hmm.
Reality. You got the badass little kids and the Malcolm in the Middle episode, and then this one is like Life in Pieces show on, I think it's like CBS?
Wait, you said Life in Pieces? I thought
Yeah.
no, it's Modern Family.
Life in Pieces and Modern Family, both.
I don't think I've seen Life in Pieces.
It's a little show it's about this family, extended family. You got the grandparents and and then all the kids and all their kids, and you got little segments about each one. It's like Modern Family, but a little bit different because they're not like Modern Family. There's all kinds of adopted, and you got the older, the what do you call it, May December with the grandpa and his new wife. These other people are just like, they're supposed to be like regular weird ass people, just regular folks.
You see what Don said?
Stop telling your kids your secrets. I know they probably watching now. But yeah, okay, but there's a couple of different shows that have that little type of talking to the camera type of moment. Mm-hmm. But to me it's like the reality of being a parent.
Yeah.
Telling the kids, get off the game, stop playing the game, and then you go from the game to the Atari to the Uno cards.
Right. What a vision is not there this time.
See, I'm gonna fight somebody then. I told y'all I don't want Vision to be dead.
I saw this theory that
I told y'all I'm not gonna handle it well if Vision is dead. So it's not.
I saw this theory. I mean, I can't handle. How do you think I feel? How do you think I felt last week? Like,
oh my goodness, it's just like I don't know. I didn't even know. Wasn't even sure I wanted to talk about it today just because of that part. But they put out the clip and they made it better.
Yeah.
So.
But you still didn't see him.
I know. You didn't see Pietro either.
Child, because Pietro done went back to talk to Mephisto.
You think so?
I honestly and truly feel like that was. I get it when you said that was maybe her PTSD. I still feel like somebody is antagonizing my girl. Like, I'm not putting this, like I said it the other week ago, she's been through too much pain to be putting people through pain.
But if she's not conscious of it, if she's
not conscious of it, then somebody is, pulling the strings.
No, if she is grieving herself, when you're in that grief bubble, you're not even looking at everybody else. You're just trying to deal with your own shit in your own head. She's not worried. She's not even thinking about nobody else. Why do you not like that theory that she's doing this? Why does that offend you so bad?
Because she's done so much. Okay, let's talk about it. I think for me, it's the whole, she has not had a break. Like, let's talk about it.
Oh, so you all like, leave Wanda alone.
Like, period. Leave her alone. Let her breathe. Let her have a moment. Y'all gonna keep playing with her until she say no more MCU.
And she gonna do a Thanos snap.
She
I
gonna say
think
no.
okay, listen, I think she's powerful enough to where she can snap them fingers and like
I mean,
dox the
if
whole
she,
half of
I'm
the
saying
world.
like, yeah, I no
Like
more
pick out a
mutants,
continent.
but what if she said no more whatever, and so the
I
way
think
she
she can do
turned Sword
it.
into a circus though, she took
Oh
the
my
whole thing
god.
into clowns and mobs. She said, "Y'all some clowns to keep messing with me."
That was like I was like
I
clowns.
Oh my
I see
god,
that.
you're not going to what? He's
Oh no! Oh yeah, that means I'm not gonna be get away with it. They're not gonna give me my time.
I'm
It's
telling
not
you,
Loki. I mean, we've had this conversation. It's not Loki.
I
I don't think it's Loki.
I
This
want
was
him.
too much.
I
Loki
want him
got
to
a
come on.
little.
I want Don on the last episode. When we talk about the last episode, I want him on here because I'm be like, so is it Loki?
Are you sure about that? You want Mister? I'm always right on. But I keep telling him Loki ain't got the attention span for something like this. This is too complex for
The
Loki.
reason I see is
Too
not no.
much.
The only reason I say it's
Too
not
much.
Loki because Loki is dealing with his own trauma. He dealing with his
This
own.
is too much for Loki.
He's like,
This is too much for him. I'm just saying.
let him keep falling over there in them universes, those multiverses. Let him have his
He
own.
got to worry about his brother and his everybody else. And yeah, he got too much. He got too much. It's not him. I don't know. I don't know. And then, but what is this with Billy hearing voices in his head though?
Because I mean, he's like telepathic.
Like, okay, yeah, this one, the one is powers. Okay, yeah. And she was like,
I mean, I
just like the fact that she was like, you know what,
she
little
told him
boy,
say,
that little boy, I ain't got time for that shit either. She's like arresting my
like, right. Now I do like her. I did like last episode how she told him she was like, focused. Because I mean, that was his first time feeling that, feeling that power and how that power. It was a deep. Somebody put a post and said, Billy has always been a daddy's boy. Vision has always held Billy. When they was babies, he was holding Billy, and I had to find it, but it was all the posts, and it was Billy and Vision, and as he was growing up. Now he says, "You want to bet?"
Yes, I want to bet offline because people don't need to see those type of bets. But anyway,
it was saying that it was playing back to the fourth that he had that emotional feeling. That emotional feeling when Vision was going through. I mean, that's his dad. I mean, if any of us had powers, we would have that connection of feeling that our father is going through something. So, like I said, that whole scene was my favorite scene only because, I got my twins. They got their powers. I got their mom showing out. I got Quicks over here throwing shade, and it was just I got Vision being ripped up. That whole just god, so emotional. Like I was sitting there stressed at 7 o'clock in the morning drinking coffee. Like stressed. And I feel like tomorrow's episode is gonna do the same. I don't feel like we're gonna be stressed. I don't feel like they're gonna stress us out until like the last 15 to 20 minutes.
You don't think tomorrow's gonna be stressful?
I feel like tomorrow's gonna be like a break. I feel like it's going to be like, because I feel like the last two episodes have been a lot, just because of how the cliffhangers been. I do feel like we will have some oh shit moments, but and if this is the first hour-long show, we don't know where it's gonna be at. It could be, it could be switching back and forth between them being in the Modern Family, Life is a Pieces. What did you say that show was called?
Life in Pieces.
Life in Pieces, Modern Family, little twist, and then it can be that for 15 minutes, and then for the next 15 minutes, it can be us dealing with what happened with Sword and how is Hayward dealing with the hex being pulled out some more. Then we also got to figure out where Darcy at. They left Darcy.
Tied to the damn Jeep. How you gonna handcuff her to the Jeep and then run? You can't got 2 seconds to uncuff her. You're the one who put her on there. You ain't got 2
I'm ready
seconds
to
on
see what
Latifah.
she look like in the
Oh,
world now.
oh my
Because she
goodness.
be in this. What is this?
I don't think she's gonna be a clown though. I don't think Wanda
Oh
gonna
no,
be
she's not gonna be a clown. Once she wasn't like. I'm telling you, Wanda knew what she was doing when it came to the turning them into clowns. She turned the whole sword into circus. She said, "Y'all some clowns."
Yup.
No, but I'm still
Life in Pieces is on Hulu. You can catch
okay.
it right now. It's a CBS show. And so how many more episodes we got left?
What? This is what?
WandaVision.
This is what 7? What? This
Yeah,
7? So 7, 8, 9.
uh-huh.
I don't believe that we have a. I saw about 2-3 weeks ago that there was a surprise 10th episode. I don't think that's. I think that was just a rumor mill. So let's treasure these next 3 episodes because if it's true that they are an hour, let's treasure it. Let's
Mm-hmm.
everybody. Let's talk about a hashtag WandaVision. Let's talk about it because I mean this is it. These next 3 episodes are it. This is setting us up for Doctor Strange too. I've been seeing. I saw somebody. I think I saw earlier today that a lot of people are trying to speculate who the person that um going blank.
I saw a theory that Doctor Strange sent Pietro. I sent the Pietro character in to kind of get her to check on her. But yeah, I'm looking. I don't see any news of there being 10 episodes. So I think you're right. I think you're right about that. Yeah, and I heard the rumor too, but I mean there's like nothing there. So yeah. There you go. But yeah, I saw a rumor that Doctor Strange is the one that's like sending folk in there to like be like, Wanda, you alright? What you doing? Just kind of checking on her. I don't know if that's like
Nah,
that.
nah,
I'm telling you what I heard, okay? Um
nah.
um yeah, I just heard that. So I don't know how true it is, but yeah. Um Yeah, I don't see anything else that says. I'm looking at the email that Disney sent, and there's nothing in there about 10 episodes. So
Yeah, like I saw
sorry,
that. Like it
y'all.
was like a couple of weeks ago, and it was like a surprise 10th episode. I'm like, child,
They
whatever.
would have sent it out in the press release because they want us to say something about that. I
Mhm.
mean,
But
yeah.
no, I'm still enjoying the series. I once again, it's up here, still for me.
I mean, there are people out there who are saying that they don't like it. They want to get back. I'm like, okay, if you want a shoot up action, whatever, the regular ones, you can go in and do Avengers again. You do Age of. You can go watch we got a ton of them. You can go back and watch them and go sit down somewhere else and let us have this because I think there's a lot of us who are like wanting something different. And this is what they gave us. I think for a while, all the movies were getting to look the same. I mean, they were, and I think that this gives us something different and
Fresh.
that we want, that we need. Yeah,
Hmm.
and like I said, if you don't like it because it's not what you're used to, you can go about your own little business, take your own little phone, and go. You can go watch any of those other
Yeah, I
movies
can wait
by
on Black
yourself.
Widow to come out in theaters then, cause that's what
Yeah,
y'all want. Y'all want Black
that,
Widow. Y'all want Black Widow. I mean, I done gave up on Black Widow.
okay, listen, I truly believe the people who don't like WandaVision are the same people who are waiting on Black Widow. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I said what I said, hun, Don. So we just moving on from there. So what's next? Equalizer?
Equalizer episode 2 was really,
Real
really
quick.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, episode 2 was really good. We didn't talk spoilers last week, but yes, Queen Latifah is rocking it down on this performance with this show.
Good grief, yes.
I love the episode. Episode 2. Continuing her story and being the equalizer and helping those people that can't really reach out to the police and everything. But I feel like it's setting it up. Please watch this show because I don't want this show to get canceled. I do not want this show to get canceled. Same thing. That's how I feel about the two new shows that I'm watching. Equalizer and Clarice. I watched the first episode of Clarice and I thought it was brilliant. Episode 2 comes out tonight, so I'm ready to see what happens. But it makes me want to sit up here and have a marathon of all the Hannibal movies just because of how it introduced her storyline and everything like that. So Equalizer episode 2 was really good. I feel like episode 3 is going to be even better. So.
Well, I love that, and I got the names of everybody. So you got Queen Latifah, who is like this ex-agency, military agency person who she's out now, but not really. They kind of after her still a little bit.
He said.
Okay,
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Anyways, but she's like this. She's she's a badass, and it's like she's not your typical badass woman because in Hollywood, all the women that in Hollywood world, all the women who can fight are all twigs. Who they are just skin and bones, and it's like, chick, I know your bony little ass when you kick somebody, you gonna break something. So stop. Queen Latifah is a big, curvy woman, and she got some strength to her. Like, they opened this episode with her, like, boxing, going at a speed bag. Hit my microphone. Going at a speed bag with her, with her guns out, showing all the muscle she got. And she's, like, taking folks down and in this same style that we usually see these skinny ass actresses doing it. Nothing against these actresses, but it got old, and so now it's good to see somebody different doing this. And it sends a good positive body image, a message, I think. And then her having like her crew, her number
her
2
tech guy. I
Melody,
love her tech guy.
Oh, her tech guy. Harry. He's played by Adam Goldberg. And then Melody, Lisa Lampira. That's her squad right there. Those 3.
I love it. I feel like they're the perfect trio because I don't think you need especially with this type of show or this type of storyline that they're trying to go with. They don't need a lot of people because then when you got like 6 people, somebody is the mole. Somebody is, somebody doing too much, somebody talking behind people back, or somebody, doing too much and,
sabotage or something. You don't need that.
We don't need that. So I feel like she's good with her little trio. You got your tech guy, and then you got your ride or die on the side. She's like the episode last night. She's talking about, yeah, I'm gonna go. What do you mean? You think I ain't gonna go? And she got a coat with happening out. So I'm excited to see that trio grow into a nice team.
Well, and then at the end, there's another part I love about it. I said this last week. I love that she's a mother. She's got this teenager, and if you've raised teenage girls, you know how bad they little asses are. You really want to strangle them half the time, but you can't because there's laws against that now. So you can't really just snatch them up because you want them to be confident young women when they get older. And if you start snatching them, they can't be confident young women, but they steal the stuff that comes out of their mouths makes you want to, but she shows that she's like getting frustrated. And who does she have to help her out? She leans on her mom.
Yeah.
Her mom. Like this episode, she's like, can you go and talk to her and see if you can get in her head and see what's going on?
Right.
And the mom, is helping her out. And I just love that dynamic. You got Black women raising a Black woman, letting her find her way, but guiding her at the same time. And then at the end, that's when, the number 2 comes in where, they're wrapping up the case and she's like, don't you got somewhere to go? We got this, don't get. So she preserved her relationship with her daughter by going to her daughter's thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I was really excited because I didn't want her to miss that. Because I feel like that would have caused more, drama between them two.
And friction.
Yeah. I was really excited that, she got to make it there because I would have been mad if they wouldn't let her get there. So
right, I'm glad they're not making her an absentee parent. And they do talk about when she used to work and go abroad, but she had her grandma there, and this little girl has her dad too wherever he is. I'm wondering who he is too. I thought Chris Noth was probably her daddy, the dude that her ex-partner, I guess, when she was in the agency, but I
Yeah.
don't think so now. Now, I mean, after this one, it looked like this is the first time he even seen the girl, so I don't think he's
Oh
the
yeah,
daddy.
she's because I mean, the first episode she was talking about getting a dress for dad's wedding anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Right. So I'm just like, well, whoever he is, she does have him too. So this is not showing a single mom out there doing it on her own, and the daddy is a deadbeat, do nothing, ain't got nothing, and no, it just shows you've got adults who are raising a child, and nobody's problematic. Everybody's got their own stuff. But the daddy's the daddy, got his own thing, but he's still there for his daughter, and the mom has her mom. I really like that they're not playing along to the stereotypes with that. I really do. And okay, so I did want to talk about this part too. Speaking of just Black women and doing things differently, the part tonight in this week's episode, there's a part where the woman they're trying to help turns on her.
Mm-hmm. But that was an emotional
I had
contrast.
a gun in her face and stuff.
It was an emotional contrast. I love that.
Any other time, it would have shown her shooting a woman, shooting her, taking her down, and it's like, I'm glad that they didn't they weren't pitting Black women against Black women, because what did she do? There was no shots fired, there was no fight. The lady broke down, and Queen took her embraced her, and hugged her, and they talked it out. Yeah. It was not pitting one Black woman against another. Exactly. It's like, we in this together, sis. Mm-hmm. I understand why you thought you had to hold a gun up to my head because you were desperate.
Right.
I understand that. And so showing that, I don't know, to me it just makes this show another level. It puts another level to action adventures shows that I think that is going to be a bar that we need to cross. Mm-hmm. A really, really a high bar, I think. So yeah, I just really loved it. I really loved it. And then there are other little moments of that I think that really stood out. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah. I just want to talk about that one yet. But yeah, I really loved it.
Look at your homie.
Why is everything going to be Denzel?
Child.
Well, you know what? Because he was the last Equalizer, though.
So I'm tabling for next week. We are talking about the little.
But he was a loner. He was a loner. The last Equalizer was a loner, though, wasn't he? And he was like, he's a lot older than Queen Latifah.
Right.
He played like an old man.
I wish they would have him come up on this series like that.
As the daddy?
Yeah. Now I would like to see him come and help her on that episode. That'll be dope.
Maybe as Queen Latifah's daddy. Look, Lorraine Toussaint plays the mom. As the mom, yes, as her like as Queen.
What if Denzel is Queen Latifah's dad?
Daddy, yeah.
That'd be dope.
I would like, that work. Yeah, we do have to come right back around and talk about the little things. We have not done that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, it was a movie that I really liked when I was watching it, but I really, really liked it less as I was like watched it more.
It was the ending for me.
Yeah, so we'll have to talk about that one. But yeah, watch The Equalizer on CBS All Access. And we gave y'all the wrong show. I gave y'all the wrong station last week. I said it was Hulu. It was I watched it on Apple Plus, on my Apple TV Plus. So if you're on Apple TV,
no, we said CBS last week.
But I said Hulu.
Oh.
So if you have Apple TV, and you have that Apple TV subscription, you can watch. Well, you can get the CBS shows, and CBS All Access is turning into Paramount Plus.
Really?
Yep, March 3rd. It's turning to Paramount Plus. Yep.
All these different pluses coming out.
I know, right?
We ain't gonna have no cable out the wild.
I know. It's funny. So yeah, I really think that one's a good one. So yeah, go ahead and watch that one, and then so what's up for next week? Next week we have a short film we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so go ahead and introduce the short film, please.
No, I'm about to play the trailer. How about that?
You gonna play the trailer?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
gonna play the trailer. I told Steve, I said we was gonna end it off with, and we was gonna talk about it and show the trailer.
Okay.
But yeah, we would like everybody to go watch this short film. One of our good friends, Steve Kassan, is playing in it, and it is. Didn't he say it was at a festival right now? I think he did.
Yeah, I think so. Let me pull it up again. But while you're pulling that up, I think I think it's been released. I think it just got out of the festival circuit and it's been released. So I think you can pretty much find it anywhere.
It's on. We can post next. We'll post a link. We'll talk about it and post a link for everybody.
Yeah, we want to talk about it. And Steve, we want you on here. So if you are on Twitter, Steve goes as Retrograde Productions, but that's Steve Kassan, and he is an actor. And Steve, he gave us his movie to watch, and
shook me up. Shook me up. That's all I got to say.
We need you on here, Steve.
I want you to break it down.
Yes, Steve.
Please.
Come help break it down. What for us? Come on. It came out the week, like right before the Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer dropped. So it's like it got lost in the shuffle and then lost it in my notes. I'm so sorry, Steve. But yeah, it's on YouTube.
I know it's on YouTube. I'm trying to find the trailer.
No, the short film is on YouTube.
Yeah, the short film is on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, so I was like looking. So if you go and you look for Ruby, is what it's called, and it's like it has 2018 on it, but it's been on the festival circuit since 2018 because Steve and his crew and the crew who made it. I mean, they're independent, so you make the festival circuit work for as long as you want to. You can make it work before you get some distribution and be able to put it out there. So yeah, don't get put off by the 2018, but it's Ruby.
Yes.
An erotic thriller is what it's got on there. And see, I wasn't looking at that part when I started this. Okay. Anyway, I think Mike didn't see that part either.
What?
The erotic thriller part.
No, child had me. When I said I was hollering, I was hot. When I say hollering, when I watched it like maybe like 2 hours ago, and yeah, like I need Steve to come on here and break it down for us because he threw us in a loop. And I want to know the creative process. I want to know, because the way it ended, it can low-key be, it gives me vibes of a show that's on Netflix called, it gives me a type of vibes of this show on Netflix that I've seen. So, but here's the trailer for Ruby.
Okay, I was trying to look for the, go ahead.
Hi, I wanted to apply to be a phone sex operator.
How comfortable are you with taboos?
What do you mean?
Well, some people may want you to be tender, others may want you to be rough. Some might want you to be their daughter. Rest assured, each time your phone rings, you're gonna get something new, and you're gonna have to call them honey, and you're gonna have to be sweet. So again, how are you gonna deal with taboos?
By never hanging up?
Good. You get 30 cents a minute. Now, what's your operator name gonna be?
That's Steve right there.
Well, you better think quick.
And the fact that it came out on Valentine's Day.
I know, right?
Like,
and that's Steve right there, y'all. And I gotta say, I didn't know Steve was cut like that. I mean, Steve was pretty cute, but yeah, you gotta come on here.
What's up, Q Squared?
Finally showing up.
Who's behind the Mo Diversity account right now? That person is a clown.
That's probably our producer extraordinaire.
Producer number one.
Uh-huh.
No, but everybody go watch it. Go support our friend.
Mhm.
We'll post a link to we'll post a link later today or tomorrow so that everybody can go watch it. We can all come back. Steve, if you're watching it, I mean, I already sent you a DM, but we want you to come on and talk about it with us. We want you to break it down, tell us the creative process, and
Mhm.
let us insight on the inside word of being an independent filmmaker and everything like that. Let's talk about that as well, because I am intrigued by that. So yeah.
Yeah. So there he goes again.
Sick of
So
him. I said for me, watch WandaVision, Equalizer. Clarice started last week. Episode 2 comes out. I'm about to go watch that right now. Check us out. Do you have a Bitch What episode tomorrow?
We're doing Bitch What on Saturday this week. So
Okay, cool.
y'all know we working people. We got families. We got stuff. So
We
yeah,
all, we are balancing.
So we're shuffling the schedule a little bit. We trying to fill our way in. Yeah.
We but no,
We ain't monetized yet, so we can't, just kind of take time when we want to.
No, thank y'all for coming, talking with us, or watching us on The Mess. We have more shows and things that we're going to talk about. We have some exciting things coming up next month that we can't wait to talk about, and so super excited about what we have on the journey.
Well, we can talk about one of them, the Kong versus the Monsterverse watch.
Oh, I was talking about Southwest by Southwest.
South by Southwest, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we can talk about. I mean,
but I'm ready for the Monsterverse marathon.
Watch along. Yep.
Yeah.
I still can't believe there's one of the movies I missed. I didn't know there was like 3 of them before
Which
this.
movie did you miss?
I missed the 2019 the Monsterverse one. I mean, not the King of the Monsters.
Godzilla.
I missed that one.
So I don't want you to watch it until we watch it.
No, I'm not.
Because I want to see your live reaction. Because I was shook.
I thought Skull Island was the last one.
Chelsea, you ain't seen none of the big fights.
Well, when we were planning this, I was like, wait a minute, what y'all talking about 3 movies? What is this? It was like, oh, okay, I missed that one. All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a watch along, and we want you guys to watch along with us, and hopefully we'll have some neat things planned during it. And then yes, we'll be reporting from South by Southwest, us in the squad.
Yeah.
That'll be fun too. Hopefully we'll get some more creators on here to talk to, because this week has been amazing with creators.
Yeah.
I mean, Simone Baptiste and LL McKinney and Robin Smith yesterday. That was a fun episode.
Yeah, so go back and watch yesterday's episode on the More Diversity channel where we did get to talk with those 3 creators. It was so much fun. I can't get it out because I'm
$16,000.
Yeah,
you gotta watch that.
Well.
Yeah, you gotta check it out. It's that Slam Dance. If you get that $10 pass as a part of that pass, you're gonna be watching that movie. Like I've seen that movie like 3 times now.
You know what? I don't care. Because Slam Dance is 3 more days now.
Yeah, it's to the no, it's more than that. It's like to the 25th.
Oh, I'm about to everybody. Go buy you a $10 ticket and watch these films. That's what I want. That's what I want everybody to do.
Yeah. Go. These are people like us, creators out there, who got their own stuff put together, and they went out and made these movies with their own dime. Some of them took years to do because it takes money to make a movie, and they just kind of put their own together for it.
Right.
And they brought it to this festival because unless you go to a festival, there's no other way to really get your movie out there. Right. I mean, you can't just go up to a theater and be like, "Here, show my movie."
Right.
I mean, so these festivals are how they get people to watch, and so if they don't get enough people to watch on the festivals, it just kind of sits and everything. And some of these movies you don't get to see anymore.
Right.
I mean, there's several movies I've seen in festival that never came out, but they're amazing stories that I'm so glad that I watched them. And then there's movies that they need people to talk about them to get the buzz and get enough buzz going so that the people at Netflix and Amazon and all these people hear about them and come and buy them. and distribute them to worldwide. This is how the film festivals work. I mean, this is how they get to the people.
No, I'm literally about to get it.
$10, you
Yeah,
guys,
I'm about
and
to say,
these movies are amazing.
soon as I get finished, I'm definitely about to, because I'm thinking about that, like $10, 100 movies. That's a lot of different things to watch.
It's more than 100. It's more than 100.
Oh
It's like
wow.
yeah, it's over 100. A little over 100, but yeah, it's really really good. And yeah, it's the movies are fantastic. Like, this is my second year doing Slam Dance. Last year they were like, "Hey, we saw you signed up for Sundance. Why don't you think about doing Slam Dance too?" I was like, maybe." And they're like, "We'll give you a free pass." And I'm glad I went, because one of the movies that ended up on Netflix, I ended up watching, and it was amazing. It's called Residue. It's a complex artsy type of movie, so a lot of people don't like it, but it talks about what happens when you go away to college and then come back. And you've changed, but the neighborhood ain't changed.
Oh,
And
Residue.
so,
I'll check that out.
and then so dude comes back, and the neighborhood hadn't changed, and his boy is missing. Like, his homie is like, when they were best friends, and when he went to college, they stopped communicating, because college is a different world, especially if you come from the hood. College is a whole different world. And so he comes back, tries to reconnect, and then it's like, old dude is missing and nobody seems to be caring. And it's like, well, what do you think happens to black men when in the hood? They go to jail or they end up dead. And that's what folks are just like, that's normal. And he's like, that's not normal,
Right.
And so his eyes have been opened by leaving and coming back, and it makes him a little crazy.
I'm getting my pass. I'm sorry, because it just hit me like $10. Like, this is, yeah, I'm about to get this
and
pass.
some really really good movies, like, and then there's another one about this dude who's his baby mama was hooked on heroin. It had the documentary had him going into crack houses getting this woman up. She was shooting up on camera. He was having to take her and care for her, make sure the baby was okay. And then after she had the baby, he still was in love with her, trying to save her. I'm like, this is one hell of a love story. He ended up having to move away from her just to give him and his son a life, and let his son, because he realized what he was doing to his son by staying there chasing after his mama. But it's like, you can see the love that he had for this woman because of who she was, and the drugs are the ones that changed her. And you can see the hold the drugs had on her. This woman, you can see she didn't want to be like this, but she could not kick the addiction at all. And there are no services to help her at all. This dude had to do everything himself. And it showed it in this documentary that was at Slam Dance last year. So I'm just like, wow. Yeah, go. The stories are amazing, are powerful. They got horror.
I just put my information in.
They got horror. They got romance. They've got everything. They got action, adventure. They have animation. They even have the quirky, weird. You got to kind of be high a little bit for these to watch some of those movies. They have everything you can imagine. It is all it's fresh content, people. It's not the same shit you've been watching. It's fresh.
Also, I think what Justin really just said, yeah, go ahead and do it, is that, like you said, these are creators. These are people just like us that want to create. I mean, I have a camera. I have a Canon 90D, and I bought it maybe 6 months ago. I'm working hard to learn it and do some things with it. So these are people this is things that I want to do. I want to put a little 15-minute short film in a festival one year. So I rather like I said,
like I said, we learn together.
We gonna learn together.
I know.
And then you got that film camera too. Oh.
Well, this is the film camera. If you follow me on Vero, this is a film camera I wrote about that I just stumbled into, and they just gave me like a whole kit. This OG photographer's whole kit they gave me. So yeah.
Like a big and tasty from McDonald's. Okay, I think that's our cue to go on ahead and get out.
What the hell? Okay, so we will see y'all next week.
Thank you so much. Go get you a Slam Dance pass right now. Get a pass right now. Get a pass, because I'm about to get one. Get a pass, because I
I've
think
been
we should.
using mine. Mm-hmm.
I think we should all do this. I'm gonna promote this on my timeline for the next 3 days. Get a pass. You got until the
Mm-hmm.
25th to watch 100 movies. You ain't gotta watch them all, but go choose one and watch it. Talk
And
about
then
it.
talk about it. Yeah.
Hashtag it. Talk about it. Tag the creator. Let them know how you felt about it. Encourage them because
Mm-hmm.
they're creating. So yeah,
And they
that's
need
my
the
thing.
feedback. They
They need
need
the
the
feedback.
feedback. Yep. Yep. I love it.
Peace
So
out from
yes.
me.
Yes. And you can find me, Jonita L. Davis, everywhere. Please go to theblackcape.com. That WandaVision roundtable with Miss Monica Rambeau, Tayana Paris will be up soon. Yes, I can't wait for that one. And I sat down with Cherry Johnson, Cherry from Punky Brewster. Punky Brewster comes out next week. Don't laugh at me.
I
Listen,
laugh every time. I laugh every
people
time
of a
you say
punk,
that.
people of a certain age, love Punky Brewster. Okay, that was our show. It's back. And y'all, they have so many Easter eggs in the first episode. They kind of harken back to that first season. And y'all, I want to tell y'all about Cherry so much, but I can't. As spoilers, I can't. They won't let me. Y'all gonna love the way the way they depict the family in this girl so much. And I can tell y'all that in the interview, I found out that Cherry is Salil Moonfry, who played Punky. They still friends. Like Cherry calls Salil's little kids her nieces and nephews and everything. So it's so great. And then we had this great discussion about finding your Punky power.
Your
Over after
punky
the age of 40.
power.
Yeah, your Punky power.
Punky
Because
power.
yes,
Made me think of
it's Punky
It
power.
made me think of it made me think of puppy power. Scrappy Doo. You can find me at _odd geek on Twitter.
Somebody come get these kids. Okay.
I'm gonna watch it. Do I need to watch the old one or the new one?
You can watch a couple episodes. Watch the first. Okay, so if you want to watch Punky Brewster, please watch at least episode 1 and 2. Listen, you need a whooping. That's what you need. You need a whooping.
I think that was a compliment.
Okay, Mama Yo. That's not. No. Because that was Full House. Like the next damn decade. Mama Yo. Mama Yo. Please. Your son is cutting up on live show.
I am green.
I'm telling your Mama Q. That's it. We're done. I'm done with y'all kids. I'm done. That was like a whole decade later. Yeah, so it's been a good night. So
it's been a great night. Let's see what can I leave them? What can we end the night off? What video can we end the night? I found the perfect.
You got one?
I got one. I do.
What do you do? Which one? What is it?
It's gonna be this one.
Oh, no sound.
No sound. I think the producer done clipped my abilities.
See, the sound is the best one of that one because that's when she's talking about the greens and mashed potatoes and all that other stuff.
Let's have a good night. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all so much. Peace out.
Bye, everybody. Bye.